Hey guys, Epoxy here, and of course, why else would I be here if I weren't reviewing another airsoft gun? So here I have the most recent airsoft pistol released by Tokyo Marui, and it is of course based off BIOHAZARD Revelations. Now, once every so often, Tokyo Marui comes out with one of these airsoft guns based off the Resident Evil series, and they are of course very rare and are often a limited edition run. So here I have the Tokyo Marui Samurai Edge A1. So this Samurai Edge is basically based off Jill Valentine from BIOHAZARD Revelations. And as I said before, it is one of those limited edition guns which has a lot of work put into it, as you can probably already see. So just looking at the front, you can see that it comes in a very nice cardboard sleeve. You can see a picture of the gun there, along with the BIOHAZARD logo, well, not the logo, but the description of the gun, and of course a picture of Jill Valentine with the gun. On the front you can see the Samurai J1 sort of just written there again, saying that it comes from BIOHAZARD Revelations. And on the back you can see again another picture of the gun, gas blowback, some nice features on it, lots of detail, another picture of Jill Valentine, screenshot from Resident Evil, and of course that little safety label that you see, and an ASGK logo with a unique serial number. So this gun is definitely, how I'd normally say, the real deal. So let's go ahead and open it. All you really do is just slide it off like that, and there you're met with a very nice looking hard plastic carry case. Now this is one of the few Tokyo Marui products that does come in an extremely nice hard plastic carry case. In fact, there are only two other guns by Tokyo Marui that I know of that come in a hard plastic case like this, and this of course is one of them. At the front you can see a nice smooth and serrated case, regular handle, and of course at the front you can see another sort of label of the gun, the Stars Raccoon Police Medallion, made in Japan, and of course the Capcom licensing sticker. So this gun will be licensed for not only the real gun, but also how it would appear in Resident Evil, the Revelations itself. Now here you can see the Tokyo Marui limited edition number, so straight away you can tell that this is of course going to be a limited edition run and a limited edition gun. On the sides there's nothing special, it's basically just quite plain. You can see here it's serrated, here it's smooth, so there's some nice contrast. Now what I love about this gun is that at the front it has two sort of buckles, if you will, not really buckles but just sort of a clasp, and basically you can see a hole on either side, there and there, so this is a double lock carry case or pad case. So basically to open the gun, or to open the box, all you do is simply hold this here and basically pull the buckles or sides outwards. So really nice case, a lot of effort's gone into it, as you'd expect from Tokyo Marui. So go ahead and open the box. Whoops, my bad. Right, so that's basically what you get inside. Just a quick word on the things that this gun does come with. You can see here that there's a bit of foam. Basically if you pull this back, you can actually take this out completely. You get your basic manual, which is sort of stuck in here, and you just pull that out. You get the Tokyo Marui manual, as you can see here. So basically I think that's just talking about the registration card or whatever, and of course a cleaning or unjamming rod. But in terms of what you get inside this, you get a sheet on the gun, a manual for it, along with a safety card, a warranty card, some shooting targets, and of course probably hidden somewhere in there is a manual of some sort. So those are basically just the manuals. This is just some sort of safety card that all of the guns seem to come with. And yeah, basically to put the gun away, or to put all the manuals away, you can basically just put that foam back in there like that, push down on each side, and everything is going to stay in there hunky-dory. Right. Now, quick word on what you get here is, in fact, it is fortunately one of those guns that comes with a unique pin. So we'll go ahead and take that out. So here you can see a unique Raccoon Police Medallion, basically similar to the one on the grip, has that light blue or baby blue color. That's basically it. So you can put this on something like a coat or a jacket or something if you like, but of course being a collector I'm probably just going to leave it in there. So that's quite cool. Of course most of the samurai just like this basically, or often come with a pin, which is basically just a replica of what's on the grip, but nonetheless it is a really nice touch or addition. In here you just get basically the small plastic pieces. Now what you do is you put these in the magazine, basically just pulling that little plastic piece down, and you insert these. And what that allows you to do is actually to dry fire the gun when you've got no BBs in it, and not have the slide lock back every single time you pull the trigger. So it is a good way to empty the magazine of gas rather than sort of using the main release valve. You simply put these in, fire it off until all the gas is gone. And as you can see in there, there's just a small bag of BBs. I think maybe 100 or maybe 200 of Tokyo Marui's 0.2 gram BBs. Put that all back in there. And of course, being a collector, you're probably not going to want to sort of open that anyway. So, let's have a look at the gun. There it is. Absolutely superb. Well, I mean, it is similar to all of the other Samurai Ages, but just that emblem in there is what really sort of transforms it. Unfortunately, this gun isn't full metal. It is simply made out of ABS plastic to comply with the rules or laws in Japan. But that, of course, is with any Tokyo Marui gun. So by now you'll probably come to accept that, and you probably already know that. However, there are several metal parts on the gun. So this is, of course, the hammer, which is a dual stage or dual cocking hammer. The trigger is also full metal. Now it is a double action gun, I think that's what it's called, so pulling the trigger will in fact actuate the hammer as well. The safety is of course full metal. Now it is an ambidextrous safety, so you can operate it from this side and of course this side as well. The thing I like about the safety is it doesn't actually lock the trigger, it simply disengages it completely. So if you do accidentally have it on and you go to pull the trigger, you don't end up pulling it too hard and sort of wrecking the safety or anything like that. So that's another cool addition. The slide release or slide catch is of course again metal, along with the takedown or disassembly lever there. This little bit in there that you use to put the slide back. This metal piece here, which is I think part of the trigger mechanism, and of course the magazine release. So Very cool. And of course, all the internals are in fact, or most of them are metal as well. It's got unique fixed iron sights. As you can see here, they're actually indented there. So that is, I think, slightly different from other Samurai Edges, but it is a nice touch nonetheless. You can see on the slide, Stars RPD Special Team, custom Kendo shop, and all the original markings. One thing I did actually want to add out with this model is that it actually says, or it has a warning engraving on the slide, which basically just says, warning, read manual before use, retract slide to see if loaded, fires without magazine. This was a bit of a disappointment. It does, in my opinion, take away from the realism of the gun, but, you know, I suppose they put it there just simply for the safety. However, personally, I would have liked it sort of, you know, just to be completely smooth. I suppose if you really wanted to, you could fill it with something and sand it off, but I suppose that's just too much effort. You may really want to just sort of leave it as it is. It has plastic wooden look-alike grips, so it's not real wood. And of course a textured rubberized grip. In the middle there you can see the Stars Raccoon Police Medallion, found on both sides, as you do on all Samurai Edges. And this of course has the unique baby blue or light blue color, which is very cool. So yeah. Now, one thing I did want to add is that this one actually comes with a RIS or Picatinny rail. So you can in fact actually add a flashlight or something like that if you wanted to. So something, you know, for a change, I've actually got a Surefire X400 here. So I thought I'd actually give that a go and put that on just to see what it's like. But I'll just quickly give you a wee look with the slide retracted like that. Go ahead and put this on. Yeah. As you can tell, I'm quite new to this site, so bear with me. Good enough. Actually, no, that's really loose. Hold on. There we go. Right, so that's basically what it would look like if you were to put a flashlight or laser sight on it. This of course has both, being a Surefire, so it looks quite cool. So if I'm not mistaken, I don't believe you can actually put a rail on any other Samurai Edge simply because they don't actually come with the Picatinny rail. So go ahead and just take that off. And yeah, that's basically the gun. Go ahead and take the magazine out. It's a standard M92F magazine, quite small. As you can see, it fits in the palm of my hand, and I do have quite small hands other than these gloves. Yeah, it does get a bit scuffed up if you keep putting it in and out of the gun, and it is full metal other than the plastic lip. Now, being a Tokyo Marui product, the slide and all the moving parts are full metal, are plastic. No, they're not full metal at all. They are in fact plastic, so you don't want to use anything other than HFC 134A gas in this, even though that does use the new express gas system. So that's basically cutting a very long story short. I I forgot to add earlier that the other M92F that I actually reviewed had a problem with the slide not blowing back and holding after the last shot was fired. They have in fact fixed it with this model, and I believe quite a few of the others. So after the last shot has been fired, the slide will in fact lock back and hold. So go ahead and put the magazine in the gun. Before I do so, just holding this M92F without the magazine, it actually seems a lot heavier than the other Samurai Edges, so that is something quite interesting to note. But yeah, whoops, I always do that. So yeah, putting the magazine in the gun gives it a combined or total weight of 995 grams, so this is almost 1 kg. Now for a Samurai Edge, that is actually pretty heavy, because the other one I reviewed, I don't think that weighed more than sort of 760 grams, but this one definitely has quite a bit of weight to it. You know, it certainly feels heavy in your hand, even though it is just plastic. So in terms of shooting distances, the box does say 40 to 50 meters. In fact, I think all the new Tokyo Marui products say that, but realistically it's not going to shoot accurately past sort of 20 or 30 meters. Now, just in terms of specs for this gun, it shoots only 260 FPS with HFC 134A, so that's not too bad. And it does, or the magazine does hold 26 plus 1 chambered rounds, so it's not too bad. You're not going to be sort of wanting to use this for airsoft play, although you could. But no, I mean, yeah, that's essentially the gun. You know, I don't think there's too much else to say. In terms of my opinion on this gun, the only sort of problem I have is, oh whoops, there must have been a little bit of gas in there. Anyway, the only problem I have is that these metal parts here, namely the takedown lever and the slide catch, you can see that the paint is coming off, and it is actually scuffed quite a bit. You know, I have shot this gun a little bit, not too much, but you know, I do find that it is coming off quite a lot. So that is, you know, a bit of a disappointment. You could always replace them, which is sort of what I intend to do, but if you are buying this gun, that is something to take into account, just the fact that, you know, you can see here that, yeah, the paint is coming off, and this is also getting scuffed up quite a lot, so that is a bit of a disappointment, along with the warning engraving on the other side. Just quickly though, I'm going to take the red barrel plug out, just so you can actually see inside, because it does have a very sort of nice, I mean, it doesn't show up too well, but it does have a very nice sort of engraving inside. Well, I think honestly that's just about it, rather than sort of just rattle on, but that's essentially the gun. Quite simple. Oops. But yeah, that is one problem I have. The magazine doesn't sort of like to come out quite easily. You have to sort of push quite hard. I'm not sure why it does that, but nonetheless, it is what it is. Oops. So, just to talk about the price. Now, this gun, I paid $260 US for it, and that is currently what it's selling for. That is quite a lot for a blowback pistol, but you have to consider that this is Tokyo Marui. You are going to pay a lot for the quality, and of course this is a limited edition Resident Evil product, so it is going to be slightly more. Would I recommend it? I mean, for a collector's piece, it's definitely worth it. However, I personally have quite a few problems with it, just with, you know, like I said, the magazine not coming out, the engraving, and of course the scuffing on the metal parts and the magazine. But other than that, I mean, being a Resident Evil airsoft gun, I got my hands on this as soon as I could. It is going to be a limited edition run, so if you don't get it now, you're probably going to struggle or going to have to pay a lot for it in future. But yeah, that is essentially the gun for today. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my video. A review. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching.